800 metres.
One of the highlights of the evening here in Zurich. Absolutely stacked. 7 athletes have gone under 3:58 this year. They're all here. Not least Faith Kipyegon. Well, simply the greatest 1500 metre runner on the planet. Will she be pushed by Gudaf Segai, who we saw earlier on in action last night in the 5000? Looked a little bit tired. Laura Muir, another fabulous season for her. 4 medals. PB in Lausanne, but beaten by this woman last weekend in Brussels. Kira McGeehan smashing the Irish record. Sonia O'Sullivan. Heather McLean has had a brilliant season as well. There is Mashesha, Corey McGee. There is quality throughout this field, and it'll be one of the highlights, we hope, if it lives up to expectations here over the next 3 3/4 laps. Ali Wilson on the far side will be doing pacemaking duties. She also paced in Monaco to great effect a few weeks ago. But Faith Kipyegon, who hasn't raced in recent weeks, going for a 3rd Diamond Trophy. Women's 1500. Away first time. Well, the pace that's been requested is 2:33 kilometres. That's 61 through the first lap. Quite a few message boards I was reading, speculating. It is message board chatter for the most part, but speculating that Faith Kipyegon may ignore the requested pace and try and do something special, enthused by that world record attempt in Monaco, Steve, a few weeks ago, when she came so close, didn't she, to Genzeba Barber's mark. Early stages, though, suggest that's probably not the case.
Yep, that's why you don't read message boards. Faith Kipyegon just happy to, I think, run and, try and win this whichever way she wants, but she just has to be careful. This is a very good field, as you said. The incredible talent in here. Laura Muir's such a good 800 metre runner as well. Kira McGeehan in the form of her life. Sige did run last night, as you mentioned, in the 5,000 metres, so may have that in her legs. Volteji is an improving young athlete. So lots for Faith Kipyegon to think about here. So, but she can kick, she can kick with the best of them. And I said about 800 metre pace. I did watch her early in the season. I think she just got pipped by Mary Morra, and that's no shame, is it, over 800 metres?
It isn't at all. 64 seconds through the first 400 metres, so slightly outside the requested pace. And Laura Muir just taking closer order. Laura Muir, who's had a brilliant season, as I mentioned. Faith Kipyegon, though, who likes to control the race, taking the shortest route.
And this is interesting, isn't it? I'm a little surprised, because what's happening here is Kipyegon is dictating things because she's Faith Kipyegon. But the likes of Laura Muir and Sigai have done this themselves. When Kipyegon is there, are well capable of dictating the race. And sometimes just to mix it up a little bit, you saw Laura think about it there. I'll go the front, just moving along a little bit. But I don't think it's super slow. So, they're running off a reasonable pace here. It's not incredibly fast. It will pick up from now, though. But now, really, they're waiting for Kipyegon to do something. The moment has passed to kind of shake it up a little bit. It'll be down to her.
Well, there's an aura about a 2:11 through 800 metres, so it is pretty slow. So Faith Kipyegon with that huge gap. Ali Wilson is doing what she was asked to do. Kipyegon effectively leading the way. Mashesha, we should mention her. She's had a fine season as well. Hailu, one of the talented Ethiopians, in there as well. Kira McGeehan in the middle of that pack must be absolutely delighted, coursing through the veins after that fantastic win, beating Laura Muir in Brussels just last Friday. Huge personal best, first time under 4 minutes for her. Kipyegon, well, there is an aura about her, isn't it? It's as if everybody's looking to her saying, well, whatever Faith wants, Faith will get.
Well, I think this is interesting. She's basically tipping the chance of getting beat further in the direction that she wanted to go, just by leaving it later and later and later. She will still probably be quick enough and strong enough, but it's going to be a big test on the last lap for Faith Kipyegon.
Faith Kipyegon then, as the bell goes. Laura Muir in second place. Mashesha is there. McGeehan going wide. Laura Muir will feel her presence on her shoulder. Hailu as well. Segai is starting to struggle here. McLean also at the back. But Kipyegon, where she likes to be. McGeehan down the back straight. Coming onto her shoulder is Hailu. Hailu into second place. Laura Muir starting to grit her teeth, maintaining that line with 200 to go. Kipyegon will not be dislodged. Laura Muir now in 4th or 5th place. Hailu is in pursuit of Kipyegon, but watch for the kick. Laura Muir has got a lot of work to do. Belteje just ahead of her, but away she goes. Kipyegon again. Is she on her way to a third diamond trophy? Hailu can't respond. Kira McGeehan comes wide. There is Mashesha as well, but Kipyegon once again in a class of her own. It's a 24-carat diamond performance from Faith Kipyegon. Almost 4 minutes dead on the money. That doesn't matter. Final lap of 57, and the smile says it all. She's such a popular athlete, and she's done it again. She does not know when she's beaten. She chooses her races carefully. She came into this final race of the season fresh, and she's come away with the spoils. McGeehan, once again, a brilliant performance from her, backing up that national record in Brussels last weekend. Hailu and Belteje, Ethiopians 3 and 4, and Laura Muir having to settle for 5th place. But it was once again the Faith Kipyegon show.
42 flat thereabouts for the last 300 metres. I reckon under 28 seconds for the last 200 metres. It was like she found a bit of downhill track that the others couldn't get access to. Just watch the move if we get to see it here, 200 metres. She doesn't make the big gap there, but that's where the acceleration happens. The others try to accelerate, but cannot do it. This is where they were waiting still. Mascot trying to get in on the act here, but this is early on, 800 metres. And this is it. We're not going to see the bit I was talking about, but essentially it's that burst. Others trying to follow, and then they can hang on to it a little bit, but she just keeps that hard pace going. I'd love to have had a clock on the last 200, but by my calculation it was a 27 point something for the last 200 metres. And look at what the others are running. I don't know, 28 and a half or something, which isn't bad at all. But good battle for second place. And what a great end to the season for McGeehan.
Well, she talked about momentum to take into the next season. So Kipyegon, the athlete who's called his little superstar by her coach Patrick Sang, has done it again. A third diamond trophy, again in second, and Hailu coming through in 3rd place.
Well, at the top end of the stadium,